guys, this is still the opening checklist continued. This is awesome. We're having so much fun. The next section is setting the 3 compartment sink up properly. The first thing you do is you want to fill your water on your sanitized water section. You want it pretty full. It needs to be almost full. And what we do is we get a ladle, a 1/2 ounce ladle. We put a ladle full of bleach in the water. And I usually leave the ladle in there just so I know, that just tells me that I did it. And again, as you can see, it is completely full. I also will use that water to sanitize my slab and also to make the sanitized water that we use for the bucket underneath the slab. So then I'll put all my rags in there, so that's ready and ready to go. The next thing we want to do is set up the soap. This needs to be hot water, and I'm only going half full on this. And it's half full with 5 pumps. I just want to make a huge note, if you're filling this thing completely full, you're diluting the soap. And if it's completely full, you're basically washing dishes with water. So it's really important it's not more than halfway full. As that's filling up, I usually grab all my scoops and spades. Grab a bunch of sets. You know, if you only have 1 or 2 people working, seriously, grab a bunch of sets. And while that's filling up, come out here. Put it in there. And I usually put 3 sets in a shake spinner. You want to come on back? That's half full. We're good to go on there. Let's take out your sanitized bucket and your water for the slab. Everybody say hello to Tay.
Hello, Tay.
You want to pour on here. This is sanitized water again. Usually I let this thing sit for a minute or 2, and then I'll get all the water off. This is another good chance while this is sitting that you actually go and get your spades and scoops. Kind of depends on how you want to do it. Imagine that was 2 minutes. Then you want to scrape all your water off. I will grab one of the clean rags out of your sanitized bucket. Opportunity to wipe the slab down really well. And then you want to turn the slab on, which is the little knob right here. It's important we do it earlier in the day because it takes a couple hours for it to freeze up. This is so important. Spend an extra time wiping down the counter. Okay. Once we're done with that, the next thing on the list is actually turn on the fudge and caramel pump. Turn it around and turn it on. This is a good opportunity as well to rearrange and wipe this section down. Again, if you see a particular spot in this where it's not clean, re-clean it in the morning. And again, organize it so it's looking nice and neat and orderly. You also want, at this point, you want to inventory your cones. Check your dip cone supply. We're going to do another video on how to restock dip cones. But the point of it is, check your dip cones. If you need to dip some cones today, you need to turn on the dip cone warmers. And that's level 3 for dark chocolate, level 2 for white chocolate. It does take a couple hours for it to get melty. Before you turn them on, check to see how much chocolate's in there. Because if there's only this much chocolate and you wait 3 hours to dip cones and you only have this much chocolate, you've wasted a couple hours. So when you open it up, check to see how much chocolate's in it, turn them on, because then you know you need to dip later. And whatever you need to figure out after you dipped, you want to inventory all your cones, write that on the to-do list. That I need to do 1 thing of Oreos, one thing of peanut cones, one thing of sprinkle cones, just so you can get everything done. And that is setting up the sanitized 3-compartment sink and slab area.